can't get my agenda up on my phone. Take me a minute.
Did you post the minutes? I guess you don't post them until after they're approved, is that?
Yeah, usually.
Okay.
I think I still need to do, was it the
The last one was March
February-
25th.
Yeah, I need to do the February one. For some
Okay.
reason, that one didn't get uploaded. I don't know if I can find it still in my drive again. Here it is. This is where I was looking for it. And then I'll do the March one. You
Great.
can actually do
Thank
it
you for
in
doing
my-
that.
Of course.
Okay, I'm just trying to get this on my
Put this
phone.
up here right now, actually.
You can look on my computer if it's.
Okay, well, I've got it here, I just had to find the right email where it was, okay. So if you can get the agenda up, I'm sorry, I didn't get home in time to print this. Okay, approval of agenda. I approve.
Yep.
Move second, okay. You too?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let's look through the minutes from 3:25. Yeah, I think the most, in the future, if we do a survey, it should get sent out to the town in the town mailer. Oh, in the, there's a typo in the minutes.
Where is it?
It's a little bit above the QR code. Before the May meeting, we will do some research, read some of the priorities and guidelines of similar sized or towns, so that or should probably come out.
Got it. I move to approve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Oh, did anybody send the link to Hadley Learns? That's at the bottom of the minutes.
No, I don't think we did it. That's a lot of things we should have. Now, we could try to get some input by the next meeting.
Oh, and
or
it's
we
not
could
June
just-
10th, it's May 27th.
Yes, because we changed
Mhm.
that at the.
Okay, so maybe instead of, we can accept the minutes as they are and decide to ask someone to send that to Hadley Learns, right?
Right. And I mean, we're probably voting on it today unless we want to do a short vote
Oh.
at the next minute time. But I personally did not research other guidelines. Did anybody go through?
I don't
Them
remember
sister?
because it's been a while, but I did, and I made a list of 4 that we could potentially add.
Okay. I don't, is that the next, well, yeah, appointment of minutes taker, that's Linda.
Yep.
We all agree, okay. So we didn't get any results on the survey. I mean, it's not bad to keep putting it out, but we probably have to vote.
I
on
think
it.
we did good faith effort.
We did, and I think in the future that, I didn't even, we decided not to ask a town meeting to put our thing out because Kirk was so discouraging last time. Maybe he wouldn't have been this time, but maybe we could do it, as a rule, maybe at like fall town meeting or something, or do a survey and then open-ended and vote again in the spring next year.
In some cases, in some ways, no news is good news, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
no
we,
one,
we like what we have,
Yes.
yes. But at the same time, you're supposed to get public input, and if I ever table again at the Mothers Club, I could put the survey out there, or something, you know, like community events, would be good to do that.
Okay. So I just wrote, we did not get any feedback on the survey, but the next cycle, we can distribute to Jessica to send to the town and to Hadley Learns for distribution
Yeah,
to their
you
newsletter
have to
list.
send it to Lori James Sanders, I think, not to Jessica.
Oh, Jennifer James.
Jennifer James, that's it, Jennifer. I know Lori James, I'm getting them mixed up, but yeah, Jennifer is the person
Okay.
who does that.
And the link to that could also be put onto the website next time as well. I'm now realizing why I didn't upload the February meetings. It's because I've been locked out of the account, either because it has expired my credentials or some other reason, but my previous login and password are no longer working, so I'll probably have to contact someone at the town hall for that.
Yeah, was it Jennifer who?
I think it
created before?
was,
Yeah,
so
probably
I'll shoot her
Jennifer.
an email and see if I can get back in there.
Okay, now should we, I don't know if we should discuss the priorities without Crystal here yet, or we could she'll be here very soon. She was near Pride Station when she called, but I don't know if she's gotta just duck home first or not. Can you contact Linda Z, or can I, you know, just? Let's do the priorities first, because I think that won't take as much change in it.
So Jennifer, I'm just making a note about you getting locked out. You
Mhm.
contact Jennifer James about that too.
Mhm.
And by the way, if there are any changes, if we're voting on, after July 1st, when you'll be off, but
Mhm.
who's doing what tasks or what positions, that's another place
Oh,
to
yeah.
revise priorities or guidelines.
And then we will need someone to do that job.
Yes. I can ask if my mom would want to, but, you know.
That would be great.
I don't know if she's super tech savvy, but we can.
I don't know if there are any other people who are like, were juniors this year, you think?
I
might-
could ask around for sure, yeah. There's
Because
probably
it's really
some-
nice to have student representation.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I can definitely ask around. There'll probably be someone.
So, Sarah, did you say that you had some suggestions for priorities?
Yeah,
And
based on
guidelines?
looking at other ones.
For guidelines or priorities?
Guidelines.
Yeah, I thought we could, well, do you want to do that first and then go to priorities? But I thought we'd do priorities first, just because Crystal's not here yet, and this is not likely to change very much. If that's okay.
Say it again, sorry.
Crystal's not here yet, I thought we could do priorities first, because
Okay.
that's not likely to change very much.
I don't have anything for priorities.
Yeah, well, this priorities is a much clearer thing. To think about. And this has been slightly amended the last few years.
I'm just reading it over quickly now, and
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like there's anything that needs to be changed so far.
Yeah, I just see a couple of typos, maybe.
Okay.
Number 6.
I saw that.
Yeah, there's a couple of things will be given to A applications
Mhm.
and.
Well,
But that's
Hi, Crystal.
Hi,
Or-
Crystal.
I forgot we were gonna be online.
Okay.
Okay, so, does anyone sit in there?
Nope.
No, and Crystal, I don't know if I have another copy of the priorities handout. I didn't have a chance.
But we have them, right?
Yes,
Right.
I do.
Okay, thank
I
you.
can just open those
And I
up.
don't have a
Okay.
pen. So that's the other thing. Let's hide this.
So we're just we just went through the minutes from before, and we're about to do the priorities and guidelines.
Okay.
Can we change the wording, together, special consideration will be given to applications, so the A gets removed.
Yes.
Submitted by Hadley resident and/or which take place, or, I don't,
What number
the
are you on?
application doesn't take place, so I'm trying to think.
Special
of a better-
consideration will be given to applications submitted by Hadley residents.
And/or for
those
events,
actually.
for events or
What number are you
programs
on?
Number
which take
6.
place in Hadley.
Oh, okay.
So
I think we can just say "and"
Yeah.
and, yeah,
for events planned to take place in Hadley.
yeah.
Okay. I think that's clear.
Okay, so let's vote on these. Yep. Crystal, have you had enough time to go through?
Yeah.
Okay. I move to vote on approving the priorities for fiscal year 2026 to 2027.
Second,
And I, oh,
All
you're
in
second.
favor?
All in favor, yeah.
Aye.
approved. Okay.
Okay. And Sarah has some things to propose for guidelines, and now it's coming back to me with the.
Yeah,
um,
I don't think they're super necessary, but just looking at other cultural councils, I think we're moving to the system where we're paying people before.
Right, and we should vote on that tonight. I wasn't, yeah.
So one I saw was no reimbursement for completed projects. I don't know if that's gonna get too tricky since we're switching it, but
Wait, no reimbursements for future projects?
for completed projects.
Oh,
So
the
okay,
idea
yeah,
that
no,
we're,
I
like,
understand.
giving-
I thought you
We
said
give the
for
money
future.
outright.
Right,
And I forgot to put that in the agenda, because the differences for the treasurers,
Mhm.
and I didn't think of it in time for this meeting, but, we always have this funny lag between people who apply in September, or like the deadline's October, but their project, it doesn't fit in, like happened already in
Right.
the summer or whatever, and I don't know how switching to a prepay affects that or puts the lag in a different part of the calendar.
I think it'll be way easier to
Yeah.
prepay.
yeah, I was getting ready to say, and that was a thing on my mind from the beginning, that people request, amounts of money for projects that have been done already, and I thought we give money for future projects, but I know this is how it's always been, that someone who asks for a grant has already performed. And, like, they did it already in the summer.
Yeah, it's not always the case, it's just.
No, I'm just saying, I'm talking about the few that it is.
Yeah,
So I just don't know if we can change that in some way, to have a deadline of when they had their event to coincide of when they can receive the grant. Because if someone had their event, let's say in June or July, after this fiscal year ended, and now they're going to ask for a grant to cover the back of what they did, I mean, it's taking away from people who would like to actually present and receive a grant.
I think there's a stipulation, I
That's
can't
why I was
remember
asking,
in
yeah.
Massachusetts Cultural Council, I'm trying to get the website up to see,
Wait, am I correct that the guidelines are only these 3 bullet points? Do I?
our guidelines I put in last year, because I did not know, I was at 11 at night, I was struggling to
But
make.
it's these 3 bullet points that are in the survey? The
Um,
Hadley Cultural Council guidelines, 2025 and 2026. It's 3 bullet points in the
What
survey.
does it say? Yeah.
The Massachusetts Cultural Council sets a mid-October deadline for organizations. The Hadley Cultural Council distributes an overall amount of $5,700. Due to the number of requests, grant requests are rarely fully funded and generally have been from $100 to $600.
Yeah, that's what I put in, I think,
Mhm.
because we had never discussed it.
Oh,
And
it was
so-
just like a, yeah.
Yeah, so I was trying to, I had to put in something.
Right, to
And I
fill the space.
realized I was up a creek without, in terms of us
I'm
having
not,
discussed
I'm not,
it.
I was just clarifying, I'm
Yeah,
not
no, no, no.
judging it.
No, no, I
believe
know,
me.
but I'm just saying, so what's going to happen, what's great about today is we can all talk about what we want in there. One is to do the payment ahead, you know, the direct
Mhm.
payment, I forget what they call it on the website.
Sorry, I just got really dizzy.
Oh dear.
I'm okay, keep going.
Do you remember what they call it on the,
Hmm.
I'll give you a minute here, because can I look at your,
Yeah. Oh, I
Your
just have
screen.
the agenda.
oh, okay. I thought you had the ideas, you had four
Oh,
things.
yeah,
that-
so the other ones are, no, we wouldn't fund 2 projects from the same person or organization.
Okay, and we have done that.
Oh.
We have?
I think we have, yes.
Because the senior center often puts in more than one,
Yeah.
the library
Oh,
puts
I'm
in more than
thinking-
one.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah,
individuals.
and then that group that was the Berkshire Hills, or what they were doing, did they have 2 different projects, and we funded them a little separately last year.
Well, I thought it was Craig's, there was a Craig's House, or.
Craig's House, that was it, yeah.
Yeah.
But, Craig's Doors, I think. So, read through those, or we'll,
No to general operating support.
okay.
Like it's gotta be for a specific project or.
Right, not to
event.
pay
Will you
the
say the
office.
first one?
The
sorry.
first one was no reimbursement, but that's totally dependent on how timing and payment, the application.
Oh, yeah, isn't it called more like direct pay, or, you know, they get the money up front?
Direct
no-
grant, I think it's a direct grant.
Direct grant, because no reimbursement sounds like you don't get paid at all.
But here's my question, there seems to be a little gray area because fiscal year ends, June
June
30th.
That's right, yeah, June,
the deadline is October 15th or
for
whatever.
the following year.
Right, for the
Mhm.
following year. And so what about a program that gets finished in August or gets done in August?
You mean they performed
Oh,
or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
should have applied the year before. You're saying they should have applied the year
Right.
before.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I think.
But sometimes people don't know, it's sort of a year and a half before they actually
Mhm.
get
So
to-
can we try to incorporate this with grantees that have continuously requested and they know the policies and the rules?
Well, then you're not encouraging new people.
No, you're not understanding. So when I say they know the policy and rules, as Linda stated, if they are performing in August, then this should fall on the following year. They should not be requesting it for now.
Yeah, if they're historically been granted, they
This is-
should know
This is what I mean.
they have to apply
Right.
in October for their
For the
upcoming August
right.
program.
You can't go and perform in the next year and then say, hey, in October, I want to get paid for what I did in August. You should
Yeah.
have requested that the year before.
What we should look up, if we have a couple minutes, is on the MCC portal to see, because there are requirements or something, you know,
Right,
they
that's-
put a time frame on the grants. I got my grant portal up, but, and I didn't complete the trainings. Did the people who did the trainings
There
remember
wasn't anything on there really. I mean, it was mostly about, the trainings, in my opinion, were mostly about how to decide who to grant the money to. It wasn't so much about creating these guidelines. Like the evaluating grants, like here they are, application process, local guidelines and priorities.
Grant award.
Yeah, it says
Grant
here.
cycle timeline? Wait,
No,
wait.
it's, if you go to, I just searched on the website,
Yep.
here, we can just look at it together.
Okay.
Okay,
Because it
yeah,
says
'cause
here,
I
each
can't see
town and
this.
city in Massachusetts are different. This is, I just searched for local guidelines and
Mhm.
priorities.
Yeah,
And it
that's
said
what I
each
have
town and
here.
city in Massachusetts are different. Putting into practice locally developed guidelines and priorities can help LCCs to support projects that best meet the needs and priorities of their community. So they encourage us to develop our guidelines, and it says guidelines clearly communicate any local application instructions or restrictions. Even when requests far outstrip available funds, it is important to make sure that local guidelines and priorities are not overly restrictive and result in too few quality applications to fund.
Which, if we say that, it's not going to dissuade anyone from applying. This is only going to go into those that are repeat requestees. You know, they know the policies, but then again, if it's not listed anywhere, we can't just,
Yeah.
Well, here's, it said, there's a list for considerations. You could limit the dollar amount awarded to any one applicant. You could limit the number of applications that any one applicant can submit. You set a ceiling on the percentage of a project that can be funded.
Oh, here's something pertinent, I think.
or we
Yeah.
can list the number of years any one applicant can come back consecutively for funding for the same project, or, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But would we want to do that?
Yeah.
No,
Like if
I
there
wouldn't
wa-
want to, but me reading that is saying, okay,
We
this
have
is
lots of
leading.
leeway.
Okay,
Yes,
Yeah.
this-
exactly.
This, I found the piece we had mentioned in another thing.
Mhm.
Program eligibility. Applicants may apply for grants for programs that take place during an 18-month window of eligibility between July 1st, preceding the application deadline through December 31st of the following year. This means that applicants may apply for projects that that have already happened or which happened prior to LCC's grant announcements, with the knowledge that funding is not guaranteed. LCCs are authorized to establish a smaller window of eligibility. If they choose to do so, the date range will be posted in their local priorities. Now, one of the reasons,
Local priorities or local guidelines?
they said priorities, but yeah, I would think it's in the guidelines. 'cause
You could put it
that's-
in both.
You could put it in both. Now, I'll make an argument for not restricting the date range that much. Say I'm putting on a play in September. It's hard, a lot of places will not be ready by this September or October
Right.
15th.
Right.
With all, or a concert or whatever, have everything set up for like the next September.
But we're
Um,
giving them a year from.
It's a year, it's an 18
Approval.
months.
Right, no, from when they request the grant for that project. So if they request the grant in October, right, by the deadline, and it's for August of the following year, they should have that ready.
But it's far enough away, I think what
Yeah.
Michelle's saying, it's far enough away that they wouldn't necessarily have a good grant application, because they wouldn't have like a confirmation from the
details and
theater, or
everything.
know who the actors
But that's what I
Yeah.
mean, those that do. So what I'm saying is this, I think we should put a timeline on when someone can request it. Now, if they have something in September and our deadline is October, I think we can approve that.
Yeah.
But July and August, you requested this in October, you
Well-
should have requested this in
Well,
October.
the other thing we can do, we have discretion whether to accept the grant application.
But if it's someone who's a repeat requestee, we don't want to say no.
Well, the repeat requestees are people who are organizations that are well organized, like the Friends, the Summit House concerts and the folk traditions. They know exactly where they're doing things, so
Yeah.
they have the venue.
How
So-
about this? How about if someone is willing to go, which, how many, 30, did we approve? How many applications?
20-something?
Okay. What if we go through those and see how many people have at least a month in mind for the activity? And if that month that they've requested by the deadline of October, then okay. But if it's beyond that and if it's too close to the deadline, like, it's just,
Well,
Oh,
were you
sorry,
gonna
I was
say
just
Right.
thinking,
something?
so would that mean that they have to keep sending us updates as they gain more information?
no.
about
When
the-
they first apply, they have an idea of what they want
Okay.
and where they want. Only the ones that have an idea of what month they're going to have it.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of an idea, because this is what they're requesting. Okay, we know who those people are.
Yeah.
But then you have those that say, hey, I performed in July and now I want money from you guys in October to pay for this.
Right, but see, the way I see it, I don't see a particular advantage because we're not required to give them money after the fact, after they perform.
But we do.
What?
We do give them money.
No, but that's our choice with
Right.
each set of applicants.
Right.
And they're the people who ask us after the fact, who never even started an application earlier, are less likely to get the money from us because they haven't, you know.
What I'm saying is, if we try to weed through them, we'll have more money to provide to those who can benefit Hadley. We'll have more money up to those who can actually have something that Hadley residents can attend. But when we're giving money to people who have already had their event, and now they're saying, hey, I'm asking for $300 because I've already done it, I think we should come up with a policy that gives them a deadline.
Can you remember any?
That's why I
people?
said we should go through the applications that we have.
That's not, unfortunately, it's not on
Oh,
the dates are
Oh,
not
you have
on
it.
there. I mean, these are the ones we've approved.
right,
We
and
had-
no one has an
We had
idea
a
of
little
when.
doc sheet when we were making notes that might have that. but-
So so basically the people that have already said, you know, and have been approved. When it comes down to next year, this year, in October, people who request a grant, no matter how good it says, I've already done this, I think they should be put last. I don't think they should be put in the mix of those who have followed the guidelines, followed the timelines, and have admitted and put in and requested and got approved. So I'm saying we look at the ones who have been approved first, that are participating correctly, contributing to Hadley, then those that are saying, hey, I performed here and now I want to be reimbursed.
Except that the Massachusetts guidelines
I know,
say that
that's-
it could be July 1st.
Right.
Of
But
the-
it also says we can also put our information in.
restrictions on.
Exactly. It also says we can put our restrictions in. It just says we can't be too, in my words, harsh. But we're not being harsh. We're just
Yeah.
going to put priority to those that have been approved. And just in some way come up with wording where it says, you know,
Well,
because it even says in there, you
people
may
get
or
the
may not
money-
be approved.
Yeah, yeah. I guess, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't see that it makes that much difference because we're not likely to just hand out money to somebody who said, I did this thing.
But we
And that-
have.
But,
make
but they were people who they would have had to apply like a year and a half before.
No, these are people that have applied last year that said, I've already performed and
But it
would
was
like to.
just like a July, it was like a time of year where maybe they couldn't, you know, qualify, like I said, a September play.
I'm thinking
know.
about, I'm having Linda Z's voice in my head
Where is
saying that.
she? I miss her.
No, I wrote to her. Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't make the meeting today.
Oh.
She's here. She's
She's
here in
here.
spirit.
There you
Yes. But I remember her saying that she thinks that these little piddly grants
Mhm.
of $100
Yeah.
are not worth it.
Right.
And I see both sides of I see
Mhm.
like if we can give a larger grant to fewer people, it may improve the quality. But I wonder if it will decrease the diversity of applications.
Oh, it will. I'm not saying to increase the amount and lower the applicants. I'm just saying that I believe that the applicants who are requesting another grant that is already on our list should be prioritized over those that come and say, hey, I performed already and I would like to be reimbursed.
So could
Can
we?
we put that in priorities?
Yeah.
Just priority given to,
Or-
Yeah, we can word it where
applications
people
that
will
are not-
understand that if you do come and request a grant from the Cultural Council and you've already performed, priority will be given to those who have requested grants previously and been approved, or we can word it however, and we do not have to be as pointed and direct to say
Okay.
those who have already
No,
requested it.
I see your point, and I also think of the person who put something together like in November for a September.
Then they should have requested the grant.
No,
The year
because-
before, you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, but not everybody can get the venue, and because some venues
They can
only
still
schedule
apply.
from a certain point. Like some venues, like wipe the slate clean on January 1st or whatever. You can't always get a venue a year and a half in advance.
Right, but the thing is that if they apply, they don't know. They may not know the venue, but
But
they've
then-
applied.
Okay, well then, a lot of
You
people,
might see it as not as strong of an application.
yeah, and they might think,
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
says
ready to apply.
In the priorities, it says applications with unconfirmed dates and locations will be considered if confirmation is provided by November
Okay.
15th.
Our number one.
Yeah.
I mean, how long
Okay.
has the Culture Council been doing this? Okay, exactly.
time.
Right. And it seems to me, each year, we have a hard decision on who to give the grants to, because everyone looks wonderful and promising and entertaining. However, money is really slowing down for the cultural councils, a lot. Grants are not being given to cultural councils in the arts anymore, hardly. So we have to, as a group, as a collective, try to figure out a way where we can still have the cultural council flourish and still be able to give out a grant, but decide upon the necessities and prioritize those who are going to make this their effort, not perform and then request the grant to cover it. That's saying, okay, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to apply to pay for it so I can get reimbursed. That's not how we work.
Right, but,
That's not how we work.
no, I understand. I think that's a very rare occurrence, and we always have the ability to say no.
Right. It's just my opinion. I just think what we should do going forward in this day and age, the way things are, the way the money is not being granted, is to kind of change
So,
our guidelines and
if-
priorities.
So how would you word that? Because it says, then you put it in your priorities, and you're authorized to do so, but you have to state the date range in your local priorities.
You
Well,
do?
Yes,
I think you could,
according-
I think you could say it in the guidelines.
I think, so.
It
I
does
would
say
have thought, but this paragraph says the date range will be posted in their local priorities, and probably guidelines
And we
also.
haven't done that.
No,
have we?
because we've just been following the standard.
See, we haven't even come up with our own information. We've been
But it-
following the
but
standard.
it's- Yeah.
So I
it-
think
it-
Hadley should come up with their guidelines and
Okay.
priorities, right?
Well, the
Well,
priorities we just passed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But I wonder if we want to revisit it. Priority will be given to applicants who have confirmed dates and event locations upon submission. Applications with, unconfirmed dates and locations will be considered if confirmation is provided by November 15th.
Right. That gives them a month to get on the ball to do so. Now, I mean, maybe we can extend that November 15th date, give them some more time, because again, we have to look at the day and age
We-
we're living
we-
in
we
right now.
already
But we
had
have to
that
make
in-
decisions. Yeah,
Yeah.
this was already here.
This was,
Okay.
this applied to last year,
Okay.
too. But,
But I'm wondering, Crystal, do you want to set a date range for,
Reimbursements.
no,
Oh.
the date,
We
I
think-
mean, the date range for the events that are happening?
No.
The
Because,
events can happen anytime,
right, as long as they put their application in, the event can happen anytime.
but
This-
not prior.
No, anytime. These are for people who have not put in an application, and they're requesting they're putting their application in October for an event they did in July, but they never filled out an application.
And that's okay.
That's not okay.
That's not okay.
That's not
okay,
okay.
well,
So-
here's, go on.
No, so, no,
You
it's
go
okay.
on.
Well, I was just going to clarify. So we would want to prioritize the applications that come in before October or before the deadline, and that take place within the next year only. And
Right, whatever.
And nobody who applies in October for an event that had
No,
already
no, no.
taken
So
place
this
previously.
is not for those who have an application. If you
Okay.
have an application, you're solid. You're good. We make a determination. Those who come to us and say, I would like a grant for 15 clowns doing somersaults, but I already had the event in July or August, those are the ones that get put on the bottom because they did not request an application. So if we put those last and prioritize those that we know are committed to doing what they say they're going to do, then we'll see the amount of money we have to distribute.
So,
Instead of including those who actually performed, we know nothing about. There's been times when we've approved some that have performed, and then we were told that it wasn't so good.
Well,
So you're talking about a priority, actually.
so
yeah.
priority
Because it's
will
about-
be given to events that have not yet taken place or something.
but
like
by
that.
the end of the deadline period, but again.
No.
Yeah,
No?
Priorities will be given to those that have applications in, that have
Yeah.
submitted their applications by
Well,
the deadline.
we will only consider the applications by the deadline, because the Massachusetts.
I mean, not the deadline, for, see, it's hard to phrase. So, let's say last year, October, we had 12 applications. They have not performed. We have 5 applications additional that have already performed and are asking for reimbursement. We will prioritize those applications that have not performed.
That have not yet
Yeah,
taken
so
Yeah.
place.
not
Right.
taking place.
no, I understand what you're saying, but I'll give my example again. Suppose a school hires a performer to kick off the school year. They don't necessarily know by the previous October 15th that they're gonna hire this performer
Mm.
to, perform in front of the whole elementary school or whatever.
That's
know.
why we put it in our priorities, so when they do read it, they'll understand we have to get on the ball with
Right,
this.
but I'm just saying,
We,
so
we
many.
have to make sure that
Well, and I
this
think
happens.
listing it as a priority gives us a lot of leeway, because we're
Yeah.
just saying that we're prioritizing
Right,
Yeah,
events that have not yet taken place.
Yeah.
there you go.
and we're giving
Yeah.
direct grants now. That, we'll vote on it, but I think that's where we're headed
Yeah.
to.
I'm saying this because of the fact that I see, and I've been to meetings regarding the grants to the Massachusetts Culture Councils as a whole, and they're really being limited. So we have to look at that, the amount of money we're getting, and then we have to look at the requestees, the grantees that have continuously supported us, have done entertainment in Hadley. People have gone, they have good reviews. To those people, and not to people that are saying, hey, I'm going to have my event and then ask for a grant. I don't think that's fair to those who followed the
No, no.
guidelines and the priorities
Yeah.
and
The,
submitted
the only,
application.
the only problem is that it might feel a little bit like a bait and switch to them, because we have been giving grants on a reimbursement basis.
But we haven't had it in our priorities. We have not had it written
Yeah.
down. Now that it will be written down,
Okay.
and now that it's going to be
Yeah.
in writing, it changes, and people can now see in writing, yes, this
could-
is the policy, or
yeah.
this is what we did before, but now we have it in writing, what we need to do going forward.
Okay, so, here's my question.
Mhm.
Do you want to add it as part of priority 1?
Yes,
And so we need, so priority will be given to applicants who have confirmed dates and events and locations in the future? Oh, who have confirmed future dates.
That would be confusing to me.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I see what you're saying, Crystal, but I still don't see it as necessary, because we always have discretion on where we award things.
But that's between us, though. That's the discretion between us. So people who are applying are not making these judgments, these decisions, so that can still be between us. But when someone reads this, it gives them a better sense of following the guidelines and priorities, instead of randomly doing stuff and saying, hey, I can just get money from Hadley.
Yeah,
Right, so-
the only thing I can think of that's like retroactive funding is like ongoing things like Hilltown Families. I'm trying to think of an example where somebody performed.
Well, this is for people that we probably, like you said before, we probably haven't given out too much funding to those who have asked for reimbursement.
Well,
Well, I think Happier Valley might have, because they submitted their, well, I don't know.
Well, they
no,
submitted an
they-
application, right?
But
Yeah.
they were,
Right, so
they
they
submitted an
application.
application for a March performance.
Yeah.
So, and every year they submit an application to us.
See, and that's different, because every year they've done it. That's not someone, and that's why I think it's very important to have this in our priorities.
Yeah.
I really do, because it gives people who are requesting this grant a sense of direction. And it lets them know exactly where we are. I mean, if we were getting $8,000-9,000 like we used to, 7,000, okay. But as you see, we got very little last year, and it's going to be less this year. And we want to try to help as many people as we can, but having someone who did not apply override someone who did, I don't think that's fair.
Well, they've all applied. It's someone who didn't apply in a timely way, is what you're saying.
Someone who did not apply for the previous fiscal year's
Yeah.
application deadline and are now asking to have, now applying in October of this year, let's just say this is October, applying October this year for something that they did in July or August. The deadline for us, people were saying, June, that's when it ended,
Yeah.
right?
I guess I'm, just to play devil's advocate about it, I'm thinking, what if there is an application that comes in and it's from a person who has never, it's an application on time, but it's for a new event, cultural event, something that's never been offered in Hadley.
Right?
But it's trying to take root in
And-
Hadley.
right.
And it happened in August or at the beginning of the school year. And I feel like if we say, I guess if we just say it's a priority, it's fine, because we have discretion.
Right, that's what I mean. We have the discretion on deciding it. But when someone from the outside reads this, it makes it easier for us to make those decisions.
So it's just like a way to clarify our stance to the
Exactly.
public. Okay.
Our
Just saying.
standards and our, our policies need to be where people can read them and understand them beforehand, so they know, okay, I have to get this done. I can't wait until after the deadline and then, because
Well,
word of
people-
mouth goes.
People came to me and to our mailbox, seeing if they could apply after the deadline. And I said, no, unfortunately, this is, it's, the system does not support that unless you apply for one of the other kinds of grants that have
Right.
different, rolling deadlines. So I don't see it as applying after the deadline. I just see it as one of those things where people's schedules are all this fluid thing, and we have this little block of time for applications and for
But
completion.
it's on our website.
Yeah.
And we've had two YouTube meetings.
Here it's covered, number 6. Special consideration will be given to applications submitted by Hadley residents and for events planned to take place in Hadley.
There we go.
It's already taken care of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
You don't have to change that. then.
no, the timeline, I know it says priority, but people still request reimbursements.
Well, that's
they're
because
not
that's what
getting
we've given.
reimbursement. We're doing a
Right.
different system.
Yeah.
this
That's what I'm
coming
saying,
year.
that's what I'm trying to get to
And is that
today.
guideline, is that in the guidelines that we say?
That,
direct
yeah, we should put it in the guidelines. I was trying to get to one of the other towns, because that's where I saw it, and probably where you saw it too, where they mentioned direct reimbursement,
No, direct grant.
direct
I think
grant.
it's a direct grant.
Yeah. And there's a little thing, I haven't looked at this on my tablet in a while, where they explain, the Cultural Council site has an explanation about why they prefer the direct grants, but up until like last year, they weren't sure that it was legally okay, and they cleared it. There was a little blurb months ago.
Okay,
that I
so
read.
here, it's on this page that's called the grant cycle, and there's one that says reimbursement and direct grants. And under direct grants, it says LCCs who are providing direct grants must attach a copy of the grant agreement form to their approval letter. The form serves the dual purpose of stating terms and conditions as well as authorizing a payment. Using the grant agreement form, the grantee will provide payment information and accept the terms and conditions of the grant. Because the payment process is different from the reimbursement-based process, the LCC's approval letters must reflect this direct grant process. If grant funds are to be paid directly to a third-party vendor, the vendor must fill out the form and return it to the LCC. In each case, the LCC will forward the W-9 to the appropriate municipal fiscal officer, typically the city auditor or town accountant, so that funds can be authorized and released to the grantee through the local vendor warrant process. Okay, so this is a big change. The direct grant process for LCCs provides grant funding upfront to grantees in lieu of reimbursement-based granting to enhance and encourage more programming opportunities by imposing less financial hardship on potential grantees and to simplify the payment process for municipalities. So should this be, I wonder if this should be
Are
part of
we
our.
looking into direct grants?
Yeah, we're gonna vote on it tonight to decide if we're gonna stay with reimbursement or go to direct grants.
Oh.
Because we've been only doing reimbursement.
Right. Well, I
And
should
this
have-
way,
I'm gonna say what I said about reimbursements.
So it's 7.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can read the stuff on direct grants versus, but it's recommended now,
Yeah.
and it makes less work for the treasurers.
I'm just gonna copy it into this, I'm just gonna copy this
The whole thing.
into our minutes because, so we have it.
Yeah.
Sarah, were you noting the time? You're just,
Just because we're ending at 7:30 and there's still a lot
Other
of stuff
stuff
on
to
the
go.
go.
Can you please, do not repay the grant funds?
Can we like
we
do a
do.
shared Google Doc and like put recommendations for
Well-
guideline updates?
yeah, that's a good idea. I'll share it to you. This is I'm just doing the minutes here.
So bearing that in mind, are we not going to change our priorities or guidelines?
I think not
Okay.
right now.
Okay,
The
so
the
can we vote?
guidelines, we should mention also in the guidelines that we do direct, because I saw it in
Yeah.
other towns' guidelines.
Yeah.
And there were 2 other things you were mentioning, you said there were
Well, we
4
can
things.
talk about this I can put my thoughts in a Google Doc that we share and then we can all,
Mhm. Yeah.
But we have to vote officially, like on any changes, like anything that goes into MCC, we are supposed to vote on. We could do a quick vote when we have the social, you know.
yeah, we're at the next meeting.
Yeah.
I'm kind of deferring to everybody else, like, do we wanna make additions and vote now, or figure it out on a Google Doc and vote later?
I mean, is that kosher if open meeting law? I guess I'm just.
No,
I-
anything that I think for open meeting law, we have to vote on this in a public meeting. I don't think we can do it online.
Okay, but we can converse online.
Mm-mm. You're not supposed to talk about anything that we have to talk about in a meeting with more than a quorum.
Yeah.
So if she was to say, and it goes to all of us, that's violating, I believe, the
I
open
mean,
meeting law.
You can send
So,
out materials
you
for
can-
everyone to review, I think.
But also, yeah, but also you can blind CC. So this way, not everyone is seeing. So if you were to send it to Michelle, blind CC us, we can't all see what we're all seeing. You understand? Because all we see is you sending it to Michelle.
Well, just, I'll just say now then, my other things were no 2 projects from the same org, which it sounds like we do, so scratch that. No to general operating support, and no to projects from applicants who haven't submitted final reports from previous grants received.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sorry, will you just say it really quickly
Yeah,
again?
the last one.
All three.
Well, so no to projects from the same person or org, but
I think that's in
More
there.
than, no to more than one project?
Of the
well, that's
same.
what I had
applicant?
Same
from other
applicant, yeah.
towns, but it sounds like that doesn't work for Hadley because we do give multiple to.
Well, yeah, the library, with the exception of maybe public, entities like libraries or schools.
Okay, what was number 2?
No to general operating support.
What is general operating?
So pay for the office and the copy machine.
Oh,
And-
Lord.
Although it does say in the Mass,
Cultural Council?
yeah, it says to consider it.
Consider,
really?
consider paying for it?
Sorry, I mean, it was in not this page, it was the other one.
And I don't, about the blind CC, I think that would still go against the open meeting law. Yeah. But you're doing it now, so we don't have to worry.
It just says considerations for local guidelines. You could limit the dollar amount awarded. You could limit the number of applications from any one applicant. You could set a ceiling for the percentage of a project that can be funded. You can limit the number of years one applicant can come back. It says encourage applications for operating support to allow organizations more responsive, flexible support. Question mark. It was like,
Oh, question mark, okay.
it was,
So it's up to us.
yeah, it's up to us. It says
Um.
you could also loosen local requirements for a set date and set venue at the time of applications. So, I mean, it's just, I think it's just giving us a lot of leeway. So no to but does it say your third one?
No to projects from applicants who haven't submitted final reports.
From the previous year.
grants.
Or in previous years. I don't know if you want to limit it to the previous year or.
I would say
people-
the previous year, because then that might deter them from applying. Because if you
Right.
said in previous years, they're like, well,
Well,
One
wow.
mistake
maybe
limits
some-
them forever.
Well,
Yeah,
Oh, you said the stigma. of-
Yeah.
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 So I think from the previous
This
year.
year.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as we said no to Joshua Swift,
Mhm.
he submitted all his stuff,
See,
so.
see.
Okay.
Okay, next.
All right, so we have this in the minutes. I guess we could say, I'll just write here, pausing the conversation.
Yeah, we don't have to vote on this till, I mean, these have to get submitted in mid to
August.
late August,
Mhm.
before the cycle.
Okay.
But I don't know how many meetings, we'll have a chance.
I mean, maybe we can all just decide what everyone's availability is like. So we could, because last year was really pushing it, it was like, okay, we have to get this done, this hasn't been
Right,
done.
we hadn't done it yet. and-
Exactly, so the actual anxiety of getting it done at a deadline really kind of pushed a lot of things forward that maybe we should have thought about.
Okay.
How can you see that?
I'm just putting, it's just, you can blow it up when you get it.
No,
I
I'm just
don't
saying
wanna
you right now.
I can see it. Okay, so we're ready for agenda item 6? Decide when to vote on HCC tasks and titles for the upcoming year, or are we gonna decide on direct grants?
Yeah,
Oh.
I see that in the agenda.
Yeah, I think we should pause that number 6 and then do the direct grants.
Okay.
Because we don't have much time, and I think we should cover things that need to be discussed now, and then making a.
We should also definitely talk about the social.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, this is gonna be some messy minutes.
Okay, so we're gonna pause 6. I think we can also pause 7 for the Google website. Because first I need to get back into the actual HCC website before we can start thinking about other
Yeah,
things.
could you just report that Linda, that we can't do the, Google website? I don't know if you're going to have a chance before June 30th.
Oh, yeah. That might not be.
Are you going to be going away after graduation?
Yeah, so my first 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks after graduation, I'm gonna be gone. And then I'm gonna be gone for 5 weeks,
Oh.
starting in, June, I wanna say 25th, maybe, for a pre-orientation program for college.
Where are you gonna be going?
Williams College over in the
Congratulations.
Berkshires. Thank you.
In the Berkshires, you said?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's really nice.
enjoy.
Thank you so much. So yeah, but I mean, I'd still be able to attend virtually. I mean, I can just really quickly report on the
Yeah.
viability of a Google website. I think at present it might be better to leave everything centered on our Hadley page, because there is a place to upload, news and announcements on there, and it kind of has everything that we would be thinking of putting on a Google site, except it's also attached to the central node of the Hadley website, and so it's easier to navigate to as a Hadley resident, I would say. So I don't think it's really necessary to have a Google website until, we start thinking of doing special projects again, or kind of more in-depth programming that requires separate pages and things.
So we still do need someone to
Yes.
update
Do
that.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Of course.
Okay. I'm also wondering if we really should delay about direct grants, because I think everybody should read this
Mhm.
pretty
Thoroughly.
carefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And vote on it at the next meeting.
Yeah.
So do you want to do part of a meeting, like apart from the social, either before or after, or do you want to create another meeting besides the social to vote on that?
So you're saying to have another meeting to vote on the direct grants?
Could we do it like we did before, with just a Zoom meeting for with
If
this
it's,
one
if it's a
thing?
public link, yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So how about if we do that? If we say,
So that would be direct grants, and would it be the guidelines and priorities also?
no, we've already agreed on the,
Oh, okay.
we already agreed on the priorities. It would be guidelines and the direct grant versus, direct grant process versus reimbursement.
Yeah, because there's a lot to read with the direct grants and a lot of things that attribute to getting it processed.
I'm just gonna put a link to this page. I tried to put it all in there, but it seems, here we go. Okay. I just said HCC members will review this info and be prepared. I actually shared this link with you all, so you can see it as I create it. But HCC members will review this info and be prepared to discuss, decide, and vote on whether we use direct grants or continue with reimbursement for the 26-27 cycle. And we'll vote on this. We will do this at an online meeting.
Mhm.
And Michelle, you'll set it up?
Oh, I'll make a notification, but we have to decide the date.
Well,
as a
yeah,
group.
she means the link.
Yeah, I'll set it up with Jennifer.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's decide on a date.
Elizabeth, when did you say you start? You said you're going one place for 2 weeks and then
Yes.
you have a break and then you're going someplace for 5 weeks?
Yes.
Okay, so when is that break?
That break is from. I have to check my calendar. I know that that break will end on June 25th because that's when
Okay.
I leave for the 5-week program.
Okay.
Wait, but can we do it next Wednesday at 6?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Next, so the problem with next Wednesday, I'm welcoming guests from out of town
Okay.
for dinner. and,
5:30?
I
I
have
won't
no
be able
idea
to
when
do
they're gonna
5:30.
arrive, but I could,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a quick vote, I could do it. But
Well,
I.
we have to discuss stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, it can't be
Yeah.
a quick vote.
I just don't know exactly what time, but when,
The next
Right.
Wednesday, the 27th? Oh, that's our social.
yeah.
And you're leaving the end of June.
Yes.
How
Well,
about
the
June
thir-
3rd? Would that work? Or,
When will you
What
be gone?
I'll be here for June 3rd.
Oh, you will? Okay.
It would have to be in the afternoon.
I mean, you know, I
Well,
would
I
do the
can't be
the
at work.
20th, but
Can't
I'm
do
also
afternoon.
the host and cooking and,
Oh.
you know, it's like a little, I mean, my husband can cook too, but it's,
I just think we all should be invested in not
Yeah,
East Side.
I
Link or
can't do June
anything.
3rd.
Yeah.
well, you can't do June 3rd.
So, you being away, do you think you'll be able to focus on having the Zoom while you're away the 5 week?
Yes, I think so, especially because, yeah, I
Okay.
think I'll definitely be able to hop onto a meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure you have that time.
Yeah,
It's June
no.
set
10th.
aside.
The other thing is, it's possible to do the social and then do a quick meeting afterwards. But we don't know what time that would be.
Yeah, I don't
Or
think,
how about prior?
Or prior, but I don't know if Crystal could make it prior, because you're driving up from Springfield.
no.
No?
6 o'clock on the, could we,
As
'Cause then
long-
we'd be
but
in
you-
person.
Didn't she just say she couldn't? Didn't you say you couldn't do it
that's
on
the 20th, but the
Oh,
27th.
the
27th.
20th. Okay. No, I can do it in any day at 6. I totally spaced out today.
Okay.
Luckily, I have a calendar reminder. June
So, but we
20th.
could do it in person right here, because the event is, the social is gonna be right here.
Yeah,
So
And
we're not
I'll-
the
And you'll
library?
still be here.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
gone from June 8th to 13th.
It's not the
so
library.
It's not
It's
the
here.
It's
It's
just
here.
this one.
yeah.
No.
Okay.
So May 27th?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine, I don't know what that is. Thank you.
Okay.
Oops. Don't know if anyone's gonna come to the social anyway.
Yeah, I ran and I have to do another push, and maybe somebody could help me, because I thought I got all the past people that I had addresses for past members, and I saw Claire Carlson, and I asked her about it, you know, you're coming to the social, I don't think I ever got that email. I don't know if it went into spam, don't know.
Can it be something that's sent to Jennifer to go in like the town news?
That's a good
Sure,
idea.
that's a good idea, oh yeah, it definitely
Mhm.
should be.
I don't know how to
And Hadley Learns,
contact her or anything, but.
Oh, it's she's got a phone number, if you're lucky, you reach her, and she has she has an email also. So,
I'm happy to email.
Okay.
yeah, I
Oh,
Oh,
can,
we're gonna write this down. So Sarah will
What's
ask
Jennifer's last name?
I think it's
Sanders James.
Sanders
Mhm.
James, and let's see if I have it, if I can just get it up here.
I see-
Jennifer, Sanders James J. at
Okay,
Hadley,
yeah, yeah.
mass.gov.
So should I send her the,
The poster,
yeah, well, I guess the poster includes both.
yeah, well, it has the survey and the thing, and then I'll have to send her, I'll have to send Jessica Spanknable a meeting note. So we're expecting our meeting to be 6 to 6:30, and then social from there.
Oops. That.
So what is it, a newsletter goes out or?
She can, sometimes a newsletter, sometimes just a targeted announcement. You
Okay.
can just ask her if she forwarded, and with the survey too, because wouldn't hurt to, even if we voted on priorities, to just know what reactions are. And for the social, I can think of publicity we could do, like to that dance group, you know, put posters up at East Street Studio, that's an arts building and everything. I'm doing publicity for a concert, Sarah's gonna help me, but that's gonna be a lot of, there's a lot of pressure about the concert, because it's been underfilled before. So I don't wanna, be the only one doing publicity for the social, or thinking, you know, because there are creative groups in Hadley, like, you know, the comedy people, the dance school.
I mean, should we message everybody we've given a grant?
The
to?
Pilates people
Mm.
are, a lot of them dancers, you know, we might get some people involved through that. The school faculty, the theater teachers and art teachers,
I go to that Pilates studio, so I can ask if we can put that.
yeah, I go there every month, but, yeah. And Maureen from the Pilates studio used to be on the cultural
Oh,
council.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, for quite a while, and she was the main organizational force when she was on.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Okay, it says for number 8, plan the May 27th HCC social, set an agenda and plan food, outreach and publicity we've just talked about. Contacting Jennifer, posters at East Street Studio, Happier Valley and Pilates.
Well, who's gonna bring that? I'll bring it to Pilates, but who's gonna bring it to Happier Valley and East Street?
I can bring it to Happier Valley.
Okay, I can bring it to East Street, because there's a bunch of places to post there.
Okay.
And I'm sure there are other, you know,
And I will email all our grantees.
And I will email Jennifer.
And you'll what?
Email Jennifer.
Okay.
okay.
All
And-
right, so we've planned outreach and publicity, set an agenda, and plan food.
Okay, I was gonna suggest sort of finger food, some of which should be something you could eat for dinner. You know, not just all sweets. It could be cheese, slices or whatever, but, you know, and veggie slices.
board kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Okay, well, we should just all say what we would bring.
I'm not sure yet.
I-
I'm going to bring.
I could bring, if I'm ambitious, like a homemade spanakopita, you know, something you could eat on a plate without. And if I'm not ambitious, because I'm probably going to Burlington, Mass that day, probably cheese and gluten-free crackers. But anybody else could take that, and I could go for hummus, or I could go for, you know, homemade dip
Well, I
and
could either,
veggies.
bake something like scones or cookies, or I could get some appetizers from Trader Joe's. I don't know what's preferred.
How long do you think we'll, just in your mind, it will take for everyone we're sending this reminder to get back to us?
I don't think they're gonna get back to us. It's not like we asked for an RSVP.
No, obviously, but I'm
But-
just wondering, the people that you did send it out to, the former cultural council
Nobody got
members,
back to me.
nobody got back to
No.
you. Wow,
Okay.
that's,
Maybe just we might be
Bad.
sitting around eating snacks ourselves.
this is what I'm saying,
So bring what you wanna eat.
yeah, exactly, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking, I don't want to bring something and then it's just us and it's too much.
Yeah, and I might just buy extra packs of some things that I could bring to the synagogue.
Yeah,
know,
there you
and
go.
You know, just have,
So you can be able to share it still.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'll bring fruit, like grapes and berries or something, and I'd make a good chocolate thing that's low sugar. It's like a Ojas bars. So it's not really dinner, but I say eat
Yeah.
dessert. Eat dessert for dinner. Elizabeth, you have a preference?
I could probably bring like some mixed veggies, like hummus, a few dips.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll bring some tea. I have some of those containers of tea. I mean, like carafe.
Yeah, depending, if the elderflowers are out, I can make elder lemonade, which is really yummy.
Yeah, I love
I
elderberries.
just planted elderberry. Well,
You
a year
did?
ago. We have like an acre,
Yeah.
and we don't want to mow it, so we're planting trees little by little. We have a
Yay.
peach tree, an apricot tree, and 2 elderberry trees.
Nice. You, see, and that's what I love to hear. Don't destroy nature. You know, just let it thrive.
It's funny. I'm just like the people before probably worked so hard to get this like manicured acre lawn, and we're like, nope.
Back to normal.
Rewilding.
Back to nature.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I
Okay.
like that.
Set dates for future meetings. And are we set for the 27th?
Well,
Yeah.
scones or appetizers.
Oh, for, what do you want to bring?
Well, I don't really know, the Trader Joe's appetizers you have to put in the oven. Do they have an oven in here?
Yes,
They do, they have a very good kitchen, I don't know if there's,
I cooked in there, so
Yeah.
it's a good,
I don't know if you have to get
I guess I'll decide the
oriented
day
to use
before.
it, though.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it
think
might-
either or, you can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
yeah.
Only
We
good
we
on the
will just let them
26th.
know ahead of time that we need to have access to the kitchen, so that they know we're going to use the, oven and
Yeah.
stuff.
And it's not healthy, but somewhere I bought a gift for someone of Girl Scout chocolates.
What is it?
And they don't want it, so. I'll
What
give
did you
them
say it
those.
was?
Girl Scout
Oh,
Scout
Girl
chocolates.
Scouts.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely bring those.
Yeah,
I didn't know Girl Scouts had chocolates.
they did around Christmas.
Just
And I tabled
chocolates?
next to them, and I
Oh,
wanted
yeah.
to do a goodwill gesture. And then the person I bought it for, basically, they didn't say no, but their family said, they've gotta be on a diet. Don't give it to them, so,
I did not know
Yeah.
they sell chocolates. I'm so used to the cookies.
yeah. This was a Christmas thing they were doing.
Even so, I never knew they sold anything
didn't
other
know it
than
either.
cookies. That must be, did you taste them?
No, I didn't open the package.
It was only one package.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's-
I would have had to cheat. I know, it's so good. Girl Scout chocolates.
Okay, so,
Agenda?
yeah, plan future date meetings? And I don't think we have new business, right?
So do you think we should come up with the new meeting dates at the our little get-together?
Well, I thought the get-together was a plan to
Yeah.
get new members.
Yeah.
And so we might have to rethink the dates once
Mhm.
we know who's going
Right.
to be, like, when is your mom available if she's going to
Mhm.
join? And, because after this May 27th, we're not meeting again until September, probably.
Well,
Yeah,
we
though
do
we
have to
should-
meet for the direct that's on Zoom, never
No,
mind.
no, well,
that's
No,
gonna be
that's
the
in person.
27th.
one of the things,
Wait,
you have
May
to,
27th before
We're
the
gonna do it just
gallery.
before the social.
oh,
so, one of the things you have to figure out is when I filled out all that stuff on the Mass Cultural Council, when I thought I was just having to input priorities, then it asked me for guidelines, and I had to do the best I could without having discussed it with you. It also wanted to list every single person and their position, whether they were treasurer, president, or
Oh,
whatever.
That's what
So
we haven't done.
at one of those, there should be a meeting at some point, you know, deciding who is officially what.
Oh, that was number 6, decide when to vote, when to vote on the HCC tasks and titles for the upcoming fiscal year.
Now, that might be better after July 1st.
No, but we
because
could
you'll-
say when to do it.
Yeah,
We don't have to, we're not saying that we're going to decide who's doing anything, we just have to decide when we'll vote on that.
okay, so I thought we were having a meeting on May 27th.
We are.
But
Yeah,
it says
it's a
here,
very short meeting.
we're having our social on May 27th.
Yes, we're gonna have a short meeting.
So it's on the same date. That's
Half
why,
hour
It's a
early.
6:30 meeting.
right, so we're only going to designate a half an hour to this decision.
Yes, because we're doing the work beforehand on our own.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, do the research on direct
so it's at
grants
6
and-
o'clock then, okay.
Yes.
Should we meet July 8th to figure out assignments?
I'll tell you, when I joined the Hadley Cultural Council, I was so excited that there were only 4 meetings per year.
Yes, yes.
So this is a lot of meetings.
Yeah,
and
no,
I-
ideally, yeah, I think we can streamline it in the future, because we just didn't, you know, like if we had known more about what we needed to do for priority and guidelines, it would have happened already, but I wasn't, you know,
Well, maybe we wait until at that meeting, see if anybody wants to join, and then pick a date we can all meet, and at that next meeting, assign people.
yeah, the important thing
Jobs.
is it just happens by the end of August, so that can be inputted
Okay.
into the
And we can do
website.
it over Zoom.
Yeah.
And are you still leaving the council?
I don't know. It's been up and down because of what my sister needs. And, so I've got another, month and a half to think about it. But be easier for me to leave if we got some new people in. I'd feel
Mhm.
better about it.
Bring your A game on the 27th.
Bring my what?
A game.
Okay.
And set dates with new people in mind. Okay. Should I do a TLDR? I find those very helpful.
What's a TLDR?
Too long didn't read, just so that we know at the top what everybody's job was,
Yes.
right?
That'd be helpful.
Action items.
Action items, okay, let's just do it at the bottom. I'm just taking off 9 and 10. Or I'll just say, to do at later date. And then I'm just gonna say action items. So please say, the things you're gonna do.
I'm gonna email Jennifer the flyer with the social and the survey, and I'm gonna put a poster at the Pilates studio. And review all the guidelines and direct grant,
Mm-hmm. We will all,
then make scones.
we'll all review guidelines and direct grant info and be prepared to vote at 6 p.m. on 5/27. Or you know what I'll do, maybe instead of, I'll highlight everybody's name. Oops. In there, so you'll
And
know.
I thought I can poster at Winfield also, Crystal, because, we had one of our artists was from there.
I don't know if they went again. I think that was the only time.
Yeah, but there might be somebody else.
Oh,
or
yeah.
some-
I thought you were saying that
Yeah,
person's
'cause
going
I'm
to do
there.
it again. Oh, yeah?
I'm going every week.
Are you
Pretty-
still doing the housing thing with them?
Yeah,
How's
yeah.
that going?
It's going okay. It's complicated, but actually it's a really nice group of people.
Is it the same group or it's dwindled down a lot?
It's hard to explain, like people, like your friend, who did the cards, she had a rough winter, so she hasn't been coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, I haven't spoken to her in a while.
yeah,
I haven't spoken to her, matter of fact, in a couple of months. So I hope she's okay.
yeah.
What about, what's her name? Carol?
Oh,
Ann?
Carol is like going a mile a minute, but we're trying to get more people to do things.
What
not
about,
just-
what's his name? Tyler?
Yes.
Does he still go?
I'll catch you up.
Oh, okay.
on all that.
Okay. I was just giving you time while Linda's doing what she does.
Yeah.
You know, she's trying to get this together and we can give her some time.
And I'll resend to Hadley Learns, and the former members, I'll just do
But
it.
yeah, they just might need a reminder.
Yeah,
So
And
maybe they should get
I
it,
can't believe
like,
that
the week
one
before.
person
yeah, and,
responded.
Dee and I
That's
will
terrible.
call.
No survey responses either.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I think Lynn Bowmaster's gonna be away, I think she said, because I saw her in
Yeah.
person, but, yeah, but if you send the things to Jennifer, she
Mhm.
can send it out.
Okay.
Apple would love to be in this. Bill Gates, what's his name? Bill Gates, the Apple guy? Who's the head of Apple?
Oh,
What's the
Tim
new-
Cook?
Who?
Yeah,
Tim
Tim
Cook?
Cook, and didn't he just
I
retire?
think so.
Yes.
Bill Gates is
Bill
Microsoft.
Gates- Oh,
Yeah.
Microsoft, okay. Well, Microsoft and
well.
Apple run together, don't they? Yeah. They would love to be in this room to see all the little apples.
Yeah.
I don't have an Apple, well, my
Oh,
phone
you-
is an Apple, but my computer is not.
Good. I have someone on my side. I have an
My
Android.
phone's an Android.
All right, two on my side.
Google and Apple are the two conglomerates I've given,
Your life too.
kind of.
Yeah.
I'm
Not
like,
your
I don't
soul.
use Amazon.
You don't? Why?
'Cause fuck
They
Jeff
want to own the
Bezos.
world.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
yeah.
Well,
And
I mean,
they're also supporting, I mean, I sometimes resort to it when I can't get something any other way,
Mhm.
but they're part of the
Oh, I know, yeah.
ICE.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
there's a lot of corporations.
Yeah,
that
they
have
had this big
involved.
thing at the Met Gala because Jeff Bezos was part of it and a lot of people
Yeah,
want to
boy,
show
By the
up.
way, this
Yeah.
is not, our visit,
Wait, should we adjourn the meeting
yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
adjourn the meeting.
before we
Okay,
start talking politics
I
here?
move to adjourn.
Meeting adjourned.
I